Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to our online class. I hope you all are enjoying our biology videos because here lots of things are there to get a more knowledge about the living things. So, dear students, till last class we have done the parasitic plants, saprophytic plants, and the symbiotic plants. Now, in today's class, we will go for the last classification, that is insectivorous plants. So, dear students, be ready for today's concept. So, here you can see this is our part 5th of nutrition in plants, where we are going to discuss the concept of insectivorous plants. So, dear students, insectivorous plants, just see this image. What happens here? Here how the fly is trapped into the plants. Yes, you can see here on this image how the fly is trapping by these plants. So here there are some plants that feed on their insects trapped within their leaves. So this is the plant leaves where the insects are trapped. What do you mean by this? What is the need of trapping these insects? Because the soil where they grow does not have enough nutrition, especially nitrogen. So what happens? These plants obtain their nutrition from insects body. Okay, so what happened? Some of the plants are there which if they do not get a proper amount of nutrition, especially nitrogen, okay, which part? Especially nitrogen. If they are not getting a proper amount of the nitrogen which they required for the growth and the development, so what happens? Some of the plants, they are trapping the flies. So this fly organism having containing nitrogen. So these are the insectivorous plants, where there are some plants that feed on their insects trapped within their leaves, and the soil where they grow does not have enough nutrition, especially nitrogen. So for getting the nitrogen, they are trapping these flies and getting the nutrition from this organism body. Okay, so you can see here how the plant is trapping this fly. So sad, no? But we can't do anything. Some of how we are eating the non-veg, in similar way these plants also, they need some non-veg things. So that's why for getting the nutrition and the protein, what happens? They need such type of mode of the nutrition. Okay, so dear students, I hope there is no confusion about the insectivorous plants. So once again I am repeating, there are some plants that feed on the insects trapped within their leaves, and the soils where they grow does not have enough nutrition, okay, especially nitrogen. So these plants obtain their nutrition from insects body. Okay, from insects body, the body is containing the nitrogen part. So that's why for getting the nitrogen, what happens? These plants are trapping these flies. So this is now commonly known as the insectivorous plants. Okay, dear students, now let's go for the next concept, that is the pitcher plant. Okay, what is the main criteria of the pitcher plant? Let's discuss here. So what happens? Some of the plants are there which have some special leaves, and what happens? The leaves are modified to form pitchers or a cup. So pitchers means is nothing but the cup. So you can see in this image what happens. These leaves are making the formation of cup like structure, and these pitchers are hollow tubes. These are having the hollow tubes which open. So now you can see it is a open, and the top are completely or partially covered a specialized flap or hood. Okay, so what happens? These pitchers plants, they are using their leaves for making the cup like structure, and these pitchers are hollow tubes. Okay, these are the hollow tubes which open at the top. Now you can see, now it is open, and they are completely or partially covered by a specialized flap or hood. So usually what happens, these are the brightly colored hood. This often secretes the nectar and attracts insect or other prey. So you know about these things, that flowers having the nectar part, which the honeybees or another insects are taking the shining materials. This usually what happens, these plants having the beautiful nectar which is bright in color, and in this way what happens, these plants are attract insects or other prey. So what happens, they want to go inside the plants, and in this way what happens, the insides of the pictures is lined with the downward pointing hair, and once the insect is trapped by the pictures, the hood close. So you can see here how the hood is closed. So hood is nothing but a cup like structure which having the hollow shape. Okay, so this, when the hood is closed down and the hair prevent the insect from crawling out. So what happened, they are not going to be leave out from this insect hoods. So dear students, what happened in this situation, there is a small pool of water at the bottom of the picture, and the insects drowns here, and its body is decomposed by the digestive acid secretes into the water by the plants, and result in what happened, nitrogen rich liquid food available to the plants. So what happens, after trapping the insects, when it will goes enter this hood, then they will digest, or means the insects will die, and after a few moments later, when the insects will die, it can be digested by this plant, and this digestive acid secretes into the water, and it will going to be taken by the plants, which is necessary for the developing the or taking the nutrients for growth purpose. So these are the pitcher plant. Okay, so once again I am just repeating what is the pitcher plant. Pitcher plants are the nothing but these having the leaves are modified to form a cup like structure, and these pitchers are hollow tubes which open at the top, and they are completely or partially covered by a specialized flap or hood. So this hood is nothing but the hollow shaped structure of this plant itself, and so with the help of shining nectars, the insects can be attracted by this nectar. When the insects will go into this hollow like structure, it will not ready to leave that insects, and what happens, after few moments later, the insects will going to be die, and after the dead or decay organism, they will get the mode of nutrition, as well as they will get the water which is necessary for growth and development of the plant. So this is one of the famous example of insectivorous plants. Okay dear students, so I hope there is no confusion about the pitcher plants. Now let's discuss the new concept, that is the sundew plants. Okay, so same example for insectivorous plants. Sundew is also one of the insectivorous plants which are named because their granular leaf. So this leaf having the granular leaf which hairs glows like a dew into the sun, and these plants are found on a sandy banks. Sandy means on the banks of the sand side. Okay, so these are the other mineral soils that are poor in the organic nitrogen and the phosphorus, and the leaves of the sundews have tangles with a sticky substance called as the mucilage. Okay, this is the mucilage. So also you can say as a mucilage. Okay, both are correct, no problem. You can also say that the mucilage as well as the mucilage. So dear students, what happened, this are the sundew plants. Why they have named as a sundews? Because they having the granular leaf. This is the leaf which is in a fish shape, granular leaf hairs which glows like a dew into the sun, and these plants are found on sandy banks. Sandy banks means where the sand land are there, you can found these sundew plants which having which they don't have a proper amount of the nitrogen and the phosphorus. So what happens, sundew plants also taking same mode of nutrition, that is the insectivorous plants. It is considered as the insectivorous plants, where the some of the plants are there, you as I told that they are trapping the insects within their leaves. So here you also can observe here how the sundew plants are trapping the insect and they are absorbing the nutrition from the insects. And what happens after, when the insects will decay, they will get a proper amount of the nitrogen and the phosphorus which is required for the better development of the plant. So dear students, totally we have discussed 3 examples. That is, first one is the Venus flytrap with insect, another example that is the pitcher plant, and last one we have discussed the sundew plant. So dear students, I hope there is no confusion about the insectivorous plants. All the definition I have taken from your textbook itself, and whatever things I have explained here, these only are the important points. So dear students, just take a revision, and while seeing the video, just take a help of textbook. Okay, so it will give you a more knowledge. Okay dear students, now it's time to discuss your homework. So dear students, let's discuss some important definition. Before going to the homework concept, let's discuss some important definition which is very important for 1 marks question as well as 2 marks question. So here the collection of important definitions are there which is related to your textbook itself. So what are the enzymes? So enzymes are the chemicals present in the living organism that helps in a digestion. What is xylem? These are the special conducting tubes present in the plants, and they transport water from roots to other parts of the plant. So when we are talking about the autotroph plants, I have explained the xylem, that is, it is one of the organic cell where this plays an important role as the conducting tubes in a plant. So same definition it is there, that is, it is special conducting tubes present in the plants which transport water from root to other parts of the plant. Next is the phloem, special conducting tubes, same it is special conducting tubes present in the plants that transport food from leaves to the other plants. So in photosynthesis concept, when we are learning the mode of autotroph plants, so I have explained the xylem and the phloem, both are the conducting tube itself, but xylem is transporting the water whereas the phloem is transporting the food from the root and transport to all the body of the plants. Next is the autotrophic nutrition. These are the nutrition in organism, mostly green plants, where they can prepare their own food from the simple inorganic molecules. Autotrophs is nothing but the organism which synthesize their own food. So which is better example for autotroph? That is green plant. Chlorophyll is nothing but the green pigments present in the leaves. Next one is the heterotrophic plants. So how the autotrophic nutrition, they are in that they are preparing their own food, whereas the heterotrophic nutrition, they are derived from dead or living organism. These are the some important definition. Another definitions are there. Let's discuss one by one. So here heterotrophs is nothing but the organism that obtain their food from other organism, and insectivore plants are nothing but the insect eating plants. So dear students, keep in your mind, insectivorous plant means insect eating plants. And next concept is nutrition. In the first class itself I have told you this nutrition, don't get confused between the component, NUTRIENT, that is different nutrition, that is the component of food. But here this nutrition is nothing but the process of obtaining and utilizing the food. So dear students, keep in your mind this difference. Next is the parasite. Parasites are nothing but the organism that derived is food from the living body of another organism. Next is the what is the saprophyte? That organism that derives its food from dead and decaying plants and the animals. What is stomata? These are the tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. Next is the symbiosis, a kind of association between two different organisms which both are benefits. So we have discussed the example of symbiotic plants, how the plants are grows on the surface of the tree and they are exchanging the beneficial nutrition with themselves. So in this way what happens, this symbiosis plants are interchanging their nutrition. And now last one is the hostria, which is parasitic roots that helps in absorbing food from the host body. So dear students, these are the some few of the examples we have discussed and as well as we have learned in our previous video. So this is the collection of all the definition. So dear students, you have to be practice for this definition for 1 marks and the 2 marks, and you have to be daily revise it, because what happens, this science concept will forget easily, so it needs daily practice. Okay dear students, so what is today's homework? Just check it. So you have to solve this checkpoint which is present on the page number 9. So you have to choose the correct answers, and as well as in the next page, that is page number 10, another questions are there, that is the match the correct answers, and totally 4 questions are there that you have to be solved. That is the what is lichen, what